G'day everyone, welcome to Rainforestation Nature Park here in tropical North Queensland. Hello beautiful. My name's Shani and I'm one of the keepers here at the park, and today I'm going to introduce you to a couple of our furry critters. So right next to me here I have Kiki. She's our beautiful female koala joey, trying to have some cuddles at the moment. Now Teddy and Kiki, this one here is Teddy, our two 11-month-old joeys, and they're in here at the moment away from mum because they're going to daycare. They're trying to learn what it's like to be a grown-up koala. As you can see, it's not working so well at the moment. They think I'm their mum instead. Now Teddy and Kiki would have spent around 11 months with their mum. Now, believe it or not, a koala is only pregnant for around 35 days. And when the joey's born, it's the size of a jelly bean. Hey, Teddy. And mum gives birth to this little joey, makes its way into the pouch and attaches onto the teat. Now, during the time it spends in the pouch, it's actually doing all the developing we as humans do inside mum's belly. So it starts forming hind legs, proper little eyes and nose, and developing fur eventually as well. Now, when the joey is old enough, it actually tries to transition from milk onto eucalyptus, which is what koalas live completely off of as adults. Now, eucalyptus is a really toxic plant, and koalas are world famous for being the only species able to live solely off of eucalyptus. Now, in order for this little koala to get the right sort of gut flora to allow them to digest eucalyptus, this is where things get a little bit pear-shaped. You see, Teddy and Kiki at around 6 months old would have started sticking their head out and putting their noses right down near mum's bottom. And it's at this point where Teddy and Kiki would have started eating none other than mum's poo, which is pretty gross, but very necessary. My shirt is not a leaf, hey? No. Now, once they've eaten their pap over a period of a few weeks, we can actually start transitioning them onto eucalyptus. And they will actually completely wean themselves off of milk by around 12 months old. Now, a koala living out in the wild is an extremely fussy creature, and this goes the same for our beautiful captive koalas as well. You see, Teddy and Kiki, even though there are over 700 varieties of eucalyptus in Australia, they've only been recorded to eat somewhere around 25 of them. Now, that's not to say that if we gave all 25 species to these two little critters that they would actually eat all 25, because koalas are very fussy and they'll probably only be exposed to around 7 or 8 in their lifetime. Now, if you take a look at the leaf behind Teddy and Kiki over here, you can see that a lot of the fresh growth has been completely eaten. And this leaf is what we call chocolate of the eucalyptus world. It's really sweet, it's really juicy, and Teddy and Kiki here love munching on it whenever they can. What they're not so fond of, however, is the more mature leaf found at the base of the tree. And this is somewhat like Brussels sprouts to a koala. Not very tasty. I know if I had the option between eating Brussels sprouts or chocolate every day, I'd certainly eat chocolate. Now, luckily for them, it's the best thing for them to eat. You see, the chocolate of the eucalyptus world has the most energy and nutrients to keep our koalas nice, happy and healthy. Now, koala breeding usually happens between September to March, so we're coming up to our breeding season again, and we're hoping to breed a couple of different individuals together to hopefully get a couple more cute little joeys just like Teddy and Kiki here. Now, when it comes to, what are you doing? Now, when it comes to life up in the trees, Teddy and Kiki here have a few pretty cool features that keep them nice and happy in sitting in the tree trunks. So firstly, if you have a look at Kiki's little paw here, you'll see that she has 2 thumbs on each front paw, which is a really good tool for them to grip onto the tree. They also have a really special feature in their bottoms. Now, this special feature is a bony plate, and it acts as a cushion and a seat belt to keep them nice and healthy and safe up in the treetops with no fuss of them trying to fall out anytime soon. All right, now we might head across the road and check out one of our other arboreal species, which is of course a Lumholtz tree kangaroo. See you, Teddy. Bye, Kiki. Now, we're very lucky here at Rainforestation to have one of these beautiful Lumholtz tree kangaroos. And I'm going to introduce you to our handsome little man called Jimmy. Now Jimmy is just as fussy as his koala cousins, and he will only eat very select number of different species of rainforest trees. In fact, in some branches he'll eat the fresh growth like the koala, but in others he'll eat the fresh stem, in others he'll eat the fruit and the flower. So he's quite selective in the sorts of fruits he likes to eat. Now, being a Lumholtz tree kangaroo, Jimmy is what we refer to as a cathemeral species, which essentially means he's not diurnal, he's not nocturnal, but rather he's active whenever he wants to be, probably somewhat like teenagers at home might be. So being a Lumholtz tree kangaroo, Jimmy has life pretty sweet up here in the rainforest. He is living by himself here in the exhibit, but that's really good for him. If he was out in the wild, he'd be, if he was with a female, he would be harassed by her all the time and bullied, so he'd much prefer a solitary life. Well, thank you so much for joining us here at Rainforest Station. I hope you've learned a little bit about some of the animals we have here at the park, and please come and visit us soon in tropical North Queensland.